Today on Anvil of War, perfectly loyal Space Marines. Or are they?
Anvil of War! Conversion Corner!
Hey guys, my name's Eddie. This is my first video here on Anvil of War. What I'm going to be talking about is converting Alpha Legion Possessed. I really was excited with the release of Psychic Awakening, Faith and Fury. We got a lot of new rules for Alpha Legion, new stratagems, new warlord traits that I was really excited to use. But one thing I wanted to do was set this army apart from my other Chaos armies. I have a Red Corsair army, I have a Thousand Suns army. For Alpha Legion, I wanted them to look a little more like regular Space Marines. At first glance, maybe they appear loyalist, but their dark intentions are a little bit hidden. The Primaris range was a really big inspiration for me for this. There's a lot of great people out there that are converting with Primaris, and I wanted to take part in that as well. So I decided my first unit would be Possessed. The different kits I decided to use were Zangors. For my Thousand Suns army, I had a lot of extra bits lying around. It's a great kit. Even after completing multiple units of Zangors, I still had other swords lying around. They have like these muscular arms and these great swords that I thought would fit and match the size of a Marine arm that could be protruding from his armor. The other kit I decided to use, which should be a staple in every Chaos player's bits box in my opinion, is the Chaos Spawn kit. It's got all kinds of tentacles and arms and things like that you could attach. So it was great material for me to use. So what I did was I chopped off the arms just below the elbows on both sides and glued the arms on around where they'd fit in the same sort of pose. The Reavers are really good for this, and why I like using the Reavers specifically is because they already are using dynamic poses, whether they're shooting the little grappling hook that they have or aiming a combat knife or bolt pistol. It's a great dynamic kit for you to use to have these scenic poses. Another kit that's going to be coming out soon is the new Intercessors with assault weapons. For those of you that are familiar with the Siege of Vrax, which is an Imperial Armor book that came out back in 7th edition or something like that, there's a scene which is described where the Alpha Legion arrived to bolster the traitor forces on Vrax, and they actually arrive on the Imperial side of the lines, and they're able to infiltrate forward through the Imperial lines while Imperial Guardsmen are cheering them on at these valiant blue Space Marines in armor, wade off into the distance to fight the enemy, when really they're traitors and going to join the chaotic forces. So that was part of my inspiration for these and why I wanted to make them look almost as loyalist as possible and have these conversions be very subtle. However, being that they're possessed, we have to take into account the demonic possession. So how I really try to blend in the colors and those bits is creating darker colors towards where the tentacle is fusing with the arm. You can imagine a Space Marine mutating and having this tentacle protrude from his arm, maybe having a bit of mess and gore where the armor is, and being more light colored and loose towards the ends. So to play that effect, I really did darker colors to where it meets the body and lighter colors as it extends outwards. Another good thing that I added for effect was little bits of blood where the arm is coming out, just to help sell the effect. When you're converting it too, another good tip I would add is try to leave the parts between the armor plates in place. A lot of Space Marines have these elbow joints that you're going to really want to leave intact. It's going to help sell the effect of showing the joint in the arm still being intact. It's also just a great place to attach the bit because it's where you're going to get the best glue connection in terms of the size of these bits connecting with the Reaver arms. Really excited to add some new units to this army. I've got a bunch of the new Infiltrator Marines that I'm plotting and planning on how I'm going to make them look a little bit chaos while still retaining that loyalist feel. The Phobos Librarian in particular is another one I'm excited to turn into a chaos sorcerer. And again, there's the big man himself, Alfarius. We'll see what he becomes. You never know. I'm excited to hear what you guys think. In the comment section below, if you've got Alpha Legion conversions you've been thinking of, or maybe you've seen something similar to this, feel free to comment below. Let us know what you think. I really enjoyed my first video here. I hope you guys did too. Make sure you tune in more. I'm sure I'm going to have more chaos videos for you guys in terms of conversions as well as tactics. See you next time.
Sponsored by...
Why don't you infiltrate on over the subscribe button? You like my cove flow?
You talk about the
Joints.
elbow joint.
Elbow joints is
Yeah,
the word I'm
so
like. That was the word I was looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
Elbow
yeah.
joints. Why aren't they the Beta Legion?